What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got RYSE Blackout Pre, a fun blend of pre-workout ingredients that I have been super excited about. I've been using for a couple weeks now. I originally got this bottle at the start of coronavirus and we kind of agreed with RYSE that it wasn't the best time to be launching pre-workout content. I didn't want you guys to be watching it, not feeling like you go to the gym and try it out. So we held off on posting it until after everything kind of subsided and gyms are back open again. You guys aren't doing your home workouts anymore. So I've actually had a lot of time to try this out alongside their Blackout Pump as well. I love these together, but today we're going to talk about the pre-workout mostly.
Welcome to PricePlow.
RYSE's Pre-Blackout is a really cool formula, something that I've been kind of looking for some time, so I'm really happy that Nick and Ike and the team over there launched this. They do have their regular line, but they came out with something a little bit more hardcore, a little bit pushes the boundaries a little bit more with their Blackout series. Now, this is going to be an all-in-one type pre-workout, but you can add more pump to it. But that is not to say that this does not already have a lot of pump in it, because we actually have a decent amount of nitrates in here. This isn't a huge blend of pump stuff, but you know what? I'm not going to talk about it at a high level. Let's jump in and talk about what makes RYSE's Blackout pre-workout different than the competition. So if we start up at the top, normally I'm used to talking about citrulline, right? Normally you hear me saying, oh, 4 to 6 grams, to 8 grams of citrulline malate, whatever like that. And we don't have that today. Their pre-workout does have pump ingredients, but on its own, it is a little bit lighter and the pump makes room for more stuff. If you do go with the pump, they don't have citrulline either. I found it very interesting that these guys are not using citrulline. Not a problem. I love a lot of these ingredients that are in here, but just an interesting little anecdote. Now, the first ingredient you'll see here is Beta-Alanine from carnosine. There's been a lot of talk recently about the patent for carnosine. They don't actually own it anymore. However, some people still choose to use carnosine. I'm excited to see that some companies are still using it because they do still get to use the claims that carnosine has. Now they're using the efficacious dose here, 3.2 grams. There is controversy on how much you should take at what time and how often. The studies bounce around a little bit, but we are always happy to see 3.2 grams. That is the studied total dose for the day. I don't see anything wrong with taking it. Boom, pre-workout, 3.2 grams, love it. Moving into choline bar tartrate. Now this is a really exciting thing I get to talk about here. This is Vitae Choline, which if you know choline sources, there's L isomers and D isomers. And for a quick little crash course on what an isomer is, basically there's different versions of choline bitartrate, and if you imagine them as hands, there's a left hand and a right hand version. They're both hands, right? They have 5 fingers, but a left glove and a right glove might not fit the same. So the L isomer of Vitae Choline is like the left hand for a left-handed glove. That would be the body. That L isomer Vitae Choline is going to be a lot more bioavailable and useful to the body than the D isomer. Now, Vitae Choline is obviously choline bitartrate, and some people will say that choline bitartrate is one of the lesser intense versions of choline. People are usually a little more disappointed when they see choline bitartrate, but I'm kind of here to break that norm. First of all, they're using the L isomer, which is a more expensive, more bioavailable version of Vitae Choline. They also have 1.5 grams here, which is no joke dose of choline bitartrate. There's a lot of choline going to be used here. Choline creates acetylcholine in the body, which is used for thinking. It's used for contracting muscles. When you train, you deplete acetylcholine very quickly. So this is going to be really helpful for increasing that focus in the gym. It's going to be really helpful for that mind to muscle connection. And I find that when I train extremely hard, when I max out, the rest of the day, the next day, I feel kind of drained and just brain foggy and empty. I find that if I supplement with choline sources, it lessens that. I feel a lot better. I'm still obviously tired from the workout, but it helps make it a little bit more manageable. So super excited to see this whopping dose, 1.5 grams of choline bitartrate as Vitae Choline here. The form is great. Now, like, would I prefer to see like a phosphatidylcholine? Yeah, absolutely, but that's so expensive. It's not really useful for a lot of these pre-workout companies. They want something that's gonna be affordable to you. And Vitae Choline, I think here is the perfect match for what we're doing here. Betaine Anhydrous afterwards, you got 1.5 grams. Now what you're gonna say, Ben, you want at least 2 grams of betaine. Come on, man. I absolutely agree. Betaine anhydrous should be at least 2 grams. but you're forgetting the next ingredient is betaine nitrate. So let's talk about these together kind of for the sake of this conversation. Betaine anhydrous is really great for power output, for hydration. It is a precursor to creatine in the body. Super helpful. Love seeing it in pre-workouts. Now, betaine nitrate is one of the few nitrates that we actually know the breakdown of, and it's 64.5% betaine by weight, leaving the other percentage to be nitrate that you're getting. So that means that you're actually getting over 2 grams of betaine here, if you add together the betaine from the betaine nitrate and the betaine anhydrous. So here you're getting 2 grams of betaine. Love that. It's going to help create creatine within the body. It's going to help with the power output. It can help with your hydration, give you a great workout. Love it. Moving to the betaine nitrate, alongside sodium nitrate, you're getting a great source of nitrates here. Now, this isn't a ton. You're getting about 1.5 grams of total nitrate ingredients here. We don't know the breakdown of sodium nitrate by percentage of how much is nitrate by weight, but we do know that the betaine nitrate, the amount of nitrate that you're getting is about 346 milligrams of nitrate. Now, we're really excited about nitrates here because in my opinion, they are the most aggressive pump ingredients. Now, when it comes to pump ingredients, there's a lot out there. There's your Vitae 6, your nitrogens, your citrulines, all these different ingredients out there. But for me, the best bang for buck that I really honestly get is nitrates. When you can use like 1 gram to 1.5 grams here, and you get huge, full vascular pumps. Now, there are a lot of really other effective ingredients out there per gram for power, but in my opinion, nitrates are the most powerful. But one of the problems is when you license them into a product, you may not be able to license other pump ingredients alongside it. Those companies just prefer to have them on their own. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles. Are we gonna have a pump ingredient with nitrates, or are we gonna have it with some other novel ingredients? Just part of the industry, something that we have to deal with, and that's totally fine. For me, I find that nitrates are very aggressively effective. I get really great pumps from them, and in this scenario, we have 2 really interesting sources of it, which I like to talk about. Betaine, already said, it's going to help contribute to the betaine anhydrous in the formula. That's great and awesome. Let's talk about sodium nitrate. Sodium is a really huge nutrient for training athletes. It helps with a lot of different things, from hydration to all the way to contracting muscles. Without sodium and magnesium, you cannot even contract a muscle. So for people who freak out about their sodium throughout their day, I say chill. Obviously, if you're guzzling soy sauce, it's probably not going to be all that great for you, and that's a whole other discussion about soy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up, but large amounts of soy obviously can help have you hold water, but if you are supplementing with enough potassium, magnesium alongside, and drinking enough water, it's going to only help your performance in the gym. Pulls water into the muscle cells and helps with that muscle contraction. We're super excited about these 2 sources of nitrates here. I think that it really helps out a lot, and obviously, if you add the pump, you get arginine nitrate alongside more betaine and sodium nitrate. But for just the pre-workout today, I think you get a really aggressive pump for 1.5 grams of pump ingredients. Now, moving into CalciK, this is obviously a mixture of calcium, potassium, and phosphorus from Albion Minerals. Albion makes some of the highest quality minerals in the business. I love seeing when people are using CalciK or other Albion ingredients. Now, it's really important to have a healthy balance of these nutrients here. Obviously, like I talked about before, potassium balances out sodium in some ways. Calcium and phosphorus help out with muscle growing, cell signaling, cardiac muscle contractions, which I'm not going to get too much into, but obviously heart health is a huge deal for athletes, and healthy bone density. So these ingredients here are mixed together by an incredible company like Albion are going to help with everything from performance, muscle contractions, hydration, to things like bone density, which is obviously going to be important if you're loading heavy weights onto your body. Getting into the second half of the formula, we're moving into caffeine anhydrous. Let's talk about stims for a second. Caffeine anhydrous is your normal caffeine source. You got 350 milligrams here. This is a big dose. I love a lot of caffeine. Personally, for me, as a strength training athlete, I like a lot of caffeine. It makes me strong. There's huge health benefits, strength benefits, endurance benefits. I'm cool, I'm down with big doses of caffeine. Moving into theobromine is a similar ingredient to caffeine in that it binds to the adenosine receptor. So you actually get an extra boost on those feelings that you're gonna get from caffeine. That stimulant effect. I think that caffeine alongside theobromine, there's an awesome synergy between them. You got 200 milligrams of theobromine, a great dose here to help boost up that stimulant feeling. The third stimulant here we got is a VitaSure caffeine sustained release. It's 100 milligrams, but you're only getting 60% of that as caffeine. So you're running out on about 410 milligrams of caffeine alongside 200 milligrams of theobromine. This is not for the faint of heart. You're getting a lot of caffeine here. I love it. I'm super happy with the way that they did this. You get a whopping dose of fast-acting caffeine, you get a decent dose of slow-acting caffeine, you get theobromine alongside, which helps with, in my opinion, a bunch of fat-burning and appetite suppressants, but also really, it keeps me warm, gives me a nice, good, euphoric feeling and that energy that comes along with the caffeine. So, love this blend. I use this for some strength training sessions when I want a little bit of pump on the end of it as well. The way that I train, I go in and I hit heavy compound movements, and then I move into accessories that are more hypertrophy focused. So it's an awesome pre-workout for a powerlifter that still cares about hypertrophy, but also for bodybuilders that want to be a little bit stronger in the gym. I know that the owner of the company, Nick, is a powerlifter. Shout out Nick Stella. Super happy to see a CEO in the industry getting on the platform. This is an awesome pre-workout for a lot of different reasons, a lot of different sports. You can add in the pump. I add in the pump on my rep days, my more hypertrophy based days, but for this stim reason here, I think that you can apply this to a lot of different applications. So, got one more ingredient here, Huperzine serrata extract, standardized to obviously 1% Huperzine A. You're looking here for Huperzine A because of the acetylcholine that I was talking about before. You have a whopping dose of choline bitartrate to create acetylcholine in the body. That's going to help out a ton with your training, your thinking, your focusing. But there's a thing in the body called acetylcholine esterase. It's an enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine. Huperzine A downregulates that enzyme in the body, inhibits and makes sure that you are keeping your acetylcholine for longer. So obviously if we're creating more of it, we want it to stay for longer. This ingredient at the end is going to help make sure that stays that way. So RYSE's Blackout pre-workout comes in a tiger's blood. I love this flavor. It's a lot of like coconut, watermelon, kiwi, strawberry. Tastes awesome. There is some sodium bicarbonate in here, which gives a little bit of a fizzle and a pop. I love it. It tastes amazing. I take it for a lot of my more strength-based workouts that still have some hypertrophy in there. I'll add in the pump for more of my pump days, but I think this pre-workout is super underrated for a vast majority of different types of athletes. So you can use coupon code PricePlow at RYSE website for 15% off, make it a little bit more affordable for you, but these are priced pretty competitively in e-commerce economies. So thanks guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about RYSE, you can go to PricePlow.com/RYSE for all your news, reviews, and interviews on the company. For any questions about this product, or if you want to ask me anything, comment it below. I'd love to talk about the product. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm almost out of it. Ike, you gotta send me another bottle of this alongside some of those RTDs. They have an RTD version of this you can watch. I'll link the video here, which I'm a huge fan of as well. Anyways guys, I've rambled on for long enough. Thank you so much for watching. It is an absolute pleasure to talk about RYSE today. Have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.